Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Patty Ann Fashion, which has had a little shift in the last month. My husband Patrick is sitting here because when we started the channel he was a good influencer on what to buy and he has a good eye for things and he kind of worked behind the scenes with photos. Well, now we decided we're both going to be on the channel. So because we've had a YouTube channel forever with Travels with Delaney, our RV channel, and so now we're trying the eBay way because we're teachers by day. We thrift on the weekend at night, so here we are, both of us, Patty and Patrick Thrift. So we're here today to talk to you about all the changes and what happened in February.
Yeah, so thank you for inviting me to the channel and being a part of it. And we got the new branding.
Yeah.
Originally, I think when we set out to do
in
this,
December, yeah,
you were going to do more high-end fashion, primarily on Poshmark, and quickly we evolved into eBay and selling everything. So.
Right, because it just became like we found some really cool hardware things and some things of our own, like cameras and stuff like that. They're like, let's just put that out there, and it sold. So yeah, so it just kind of it's evolved into everything that we can legally, right?
And are you glad that I'm here for the finance
I am,
videos?
because he is a finance guy, and so numbers blow my mind. So, but because I'm language, so. So anyway, so February, I think we had a pretty good month.
February was fabulous, and it's only the second full month that we've been doing eBay, because really December, we didn't get started till mid to late, and with the holidays, we didn't have much. So, this shattered January's numbers.
It did. So I'll start off by the things we owned ourselves that we wanted to put on eBay that were our top sellers. So we had Betty's bedding that we used in our RV.
It actually sold for $164.62.
Gotcha.
That we included the shipping.
I understand.
And we actually made $101.11. That was our best seller of anything in February.
Yeah, and then the second thing was a North Face coat that you owned.
Yep.
And it sold for $81.70. And we made $58 on that.
Yeah, $58, and, which is pretty good. It had been sitting in the closet for several years. I just hadn't worn it, so now somebody's going to get some use out of it.
Yeah, and this last thing just blew my mind because
this one blew my mind
one
too.
Friday at school, I'm like, I'm going to thrift in my classroom because we used to work at Disney years ago, and we were Disney people, and I had some stuff. And I looked at my cabinet, and I have this Disney Polynesian mug that it was just sitting in there, and I've used it for decoration. I never drank out of it or anything, and I thought, I'm just going to check it out. So I just took a picture of it, went and did a little comp pricing checking on my prep. And my goodness, that thing was selling for like around $50 or so. So we sold it for $52. Is that 77 cents?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and that included the shipping.
Yeah. And so we made $34.89 on it. So that
on a mug that was collecting dust.
Yeah. It was just taking up space in my cabinet. So
now I'll go through our top 3 sales of things we actually purchased. And the number 1 of the purchased items was actually something you found at a Goodwill.
Super cute.
It was a Lefton Bluebird creamer from Japan. I walked right by it thinking it was junk.
And I grabbed it and I thought, I'm just going to see the comps on it real quick. And so I did a comp check on it and they were selling for like $50 or so.
With shipping, the buyer paid $66.83. We paid $2 for it. And we ended up profiting $45.19.
That's money.
Second best sale of something we bought was a pair of Adidas Samba soccer shoes.
Those were cool.
They were cool. I saw them at, I think it was at the Salvation Army. We paid $4.99. The buyer paid $57.10. That included their shipping and tax. We actually netted $28.79. And the third best one was another Patty find.
Yeah, I found it. It was a thrift store in Fort Wayne. I can't remember the exact name of it. But anyway, it was a Vera Bradley kind of plaid, spring-colored plaid wallet. And it sold for $40. I only paid $3. And so, but after all everything, $19.88 in my pocket.
Yeah. So those were our top sellers, but if there's a top, there has to be a bottom.
Yeah, there's always some bottom. So
let's start here. Number 3 was one of my purchases where I screwed up. They were a pair of Buzz Lightyear pants.
Yeah, Star Cruiser pants.
Disney Parks, brand new with tags. Initially, I, for some reason, thought they were like Star Trek. I paid $15 for them. I overpaid. They sold for $31.58, and we made a whopping 93 cents at the end of the day.
Oh, well. They were awesome, and I'm glad they're sold. And so the next one on the, I guess going up,
Yeah.
would be Abercrombie and Fitch pullover shirt for women. It was cute, cute shirt. We bought it for $5.99.
Yes.
Sold it for $16.53 and netted 31 cents. So,
Yeah.
wow.
And that was one of those purchases from December when
Yes.
we didn't know what we were doing
Yep.
and we overpaid for merchandise.
And we thought, well, we'll just try Abercrombie and Fitch and see if it sells, because it used to be a big deal in the 90s, I remember,
Yeah.
when I was in college. But anyway.
And our worst sale
Yeah.
of the month in terms of making money.
Now, this was a cute thing.
Oh, it was super cute.
I would have kept it for me, but I wanted to sell it. How do you pronounce that?
Jewel, Joule. I don't know if I'm pronouncing
Yeah.
it right, but that's how I pronounced
Yeah.
it. It was just a pullover, like a white and baby
light,
blue.
Light blue. It was a real cute hoodie, pullover thing. We bought it for $6.99.
That was the problem.
That was the problem. It sold for $17.64, and we made...
We lost 51 cents.
Yeah.
We actually lost money on that one.
Didn't make
so,
any money. Wah,
yeah.
wah, wah.
Stay with
anyway.
us though, because we're going to let you know, did we actually lose money again in February
Yeah.
like we did in January? But before we get to those numbers, we did have our first return.
We did.
Which we knew would eventually occur.
Yeah.
The first one was a Scentsy Dumbo that I had picked up at a Goodwill.
Right.
Super nice. Unfortunately, it went international, and when it arrived to the buyer, it was growing mold. It had black spots. The buyer sent me photos.
Yes.
I felt horrible. And all we can figure out is something happened because it went to an eBay center where they repackage it and then send it international. It must have got some moisture in it. And so they refunded the money to the buyer. And they don't even return internationals anymore. They let us keep the money and they take care of it.
And luckily, they were understanding and understood, and we just no, we're not going to keep it. Refund your money. The next thing would be a Clark shoes. They were navy blue, and they got returned. The buyer thought they were too narrow, which they could have been.
Yeah.
And you just never know with shoes. When you buy online, you're always taking that chance that they're going to fit.
And they are already actually relisted, and we have people interested in it because they are brand new.
They are brand new.
And she was very nice. She said, "I love them," but they ended up being just
They're kind
too
of like
narrow
a
for-
Mary Jane style shoe, and they're cute, navy blue. So
Right.
yeah.
And then the last one is one that should arrive tomorrow, actually. It was a set of melamine dishware that we had purchased at Costco. We had used it in our
camper.
RV, and we had sold it, and I had put pictures because two of the plates had cuts in them from where we'd use steak knives. And I had put in the description, 2 of the 4 plates have cuts in them, and then there were pictures. But when the lady received them, she said the cuts were just too much.
And called them gouges.
And she is returning them,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't know when I relist them. I think I'm going to, maybe I'll use
Maybe
the word
re-
gouge.
maybe
But
we'll put
they're
some
definitely still
knife marks
usable,
or
but it
something.
was more than what
Yeah.
she wanted. So
Right.
those were our returns.
It happens.
It
We're
happens.
learning.
We're getting used. We're learning.
We're learning the process. So it's a big learning curve. So
Now, Patty mentioned, I believe it was in the January video,
Yeah.
that we operate on a cash basis versus the accrual. And,
which
yeah.
it sounds like trying
And
to
all that really means, to simplify it, is we don't tie a inventory cost to each item that we sell. Because if we actually did that, we would have showed a pretty huge profit for the month of February.
Okay.
But we just do simple cash. When we buy something, it counts as a cost for that month, and when we sell something, it counts as
Gotcha.
revenue for that month. So our numbers are a little skewed because we make a lot of inventory purchases, and all that's going to come out, even though we didn't sell all that inventory. So our revenue in February was
$1,767.71. Woo!
Yeah, which was about $600 more than we had done in January.
Isn't that crazy?
So it's growing. We are attempting to put up 5 new items every day.
Plus work our full-time jobs
Yeah.
as teachers and other things. It's been a challenge, but we're making it. That's our goal, to always have 5 a day.
Yeah.
And keep our listings put out there, and we
Grow our
understand the
inventory.
algorithm and get the inventory growing. So yeah.
Of that $1,767, $110.65 was paid out to the local tax authorities by eBay.
Yep.
$347.55 went to eBay for selling fees and ad fees, things like that. $386.60 went to the U.S. Postal Service for shipping.
Yeah.
And that left us a gross profit of $826.80.
I'm still happy with that.
Yeah. Hey, for our second month, I'm
think we're
thrilled.
killing it. Yeah, we're kicking it.
I mean, when you consider we're working full-time jobs
Yeah,
and doing this,
doing
plus
all
running
this.
3 YouTube channels.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So
Now we did go out and continue
we
to buy
tried to source.
inventory.
Yep, yep. Mm-hmm.
And we spent $406.32
Right.
in February, which was actually down a little bit, I noticed, from March.
March,
No,
or-
not March. January.
January.
We'll get our month straight.
Right.
We also bought more shipping supplies, $160.13, because I bought my first golf club.
Yeah.
So I had to buy some 4x4 by 48 to fit golf clubs.
Plus some other box sizes that we didn't have. We needed
Yeah.
some different sizes, like for mugs and stuff. And then bubble wrap. We got a good deal on some bubble wrap at Home Depot, so we had to buy some of that.
Yeah.
We probably should have bought it all.
We
but
should
we
have bought
didn't.
it all because it was on clearance for $4.99 a roll. We bought
And that
6
stuff
rolls,
is not
and I
cheap.
regret not buying every roll they had.
And just some other things that
And
we
then,
needed.
yeah, and then we had another $89.83 in other supplies, which really honestly was storage crates
Yep.
to keep the inventory.
Yeah, because we're growing.
So that gave us a net profit this month, our first month of
net.
making an actual profit.
Yep.
$284.63.
That
which
is awesome.
I have to be honest, my goal when you started this back in December,
Yeah.
I thought if we could be profitable by April or May.
Yeah.
And so for us to see this kind of...
We're happy.
We're very happy.
Yep.
Year to date for really 2 months now.
Gotcha.
Total revenue, $2,964.70.
Yep.
Year to date profit is actually a profit, $177.29.
Okay.
Lifetime profit, because we did technically start in December.
All right.
A loss of $298.73 because we bought a lot of things in December
to.
and really had no sales.
Right.
Printer,
We got to get going. kind of stuff.
inventory that we overpaid for because we didn't know what we were doing.
Right, and we bought a lot of inventory when we were in Florida in January, beginning of January,
Yeah.
so in late December. So,
But
yeah.
overall, I got to tell you,
Yeah.
this is crazy. I talk about this in class with students that, hey, you can go out, you can make money on the side. I don't know why I didn't take my own advice years ago, and now we're doing it. It's awesome.
Yeah, and now it's like anyone who does this, it's like a treasure hunt. You're trying to find the next treasure. So it has adrenaline to it.
It's very adrenaline.
Adrenaline, and you get yourself like every Tuesday or Wednesday, let's pop into Goodwill. Let's pop into Goodwill. Let's pop into Goodwill on the way home. So yeah, or I'm looking in my classroom like, what else can I sell?
I can't wait till yard sales season
Yes,
starts here in
estate
Indiana
sales
because
and
I
all
think
that
that's
stuff.
when it's going to be good. So.
Yeah, plus the weather would be great. So, all right. Well, I think this has been awesome. It's been a good roller coaster ride, and it's been a lot of fun.
I think it's only going to get better.
I hope so.
I hope all of you continue to join us, and we'll be back out in next week's episode, thrifting,
again.
trying to find some more deals. And as Patty always says, why would you pay retail?
When you can save on resale. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye,
See
everybody.
ya.
Thanks for joining us.
Happy thrifting.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe.
Say bye, Truman. Bye, Truman.